think about the bank system. Do the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans own the banks?
Right.
When we want a loan to get a house, a car, or we just want a loan, if we just want a piece of education, we have to go to them and ask permission. We have to get a loan. We have to do these type of things. But back in the day, when we was keeping God's law, statutes, commandments, we had everything in our disposal. We didn't have to ask nobody for nothing because we prayed to the Most High God and He gave us everything that we ever could imagine. But things done switched. They changed. Why? Because it's so much confusion in the land. Our people don't even believe in the Bible no more. They don't even believe in God no more. They think it's fairy tale. This book is our nationality, our heritage. This is not a fairy tale book. This book is alive. Changed and the roles was reversed, and now when you look at us in society, we are the lowest of the low. It's because something happened. Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses is talking to the Israelites, the ones that came out of the Exodus, out of Egypt. That's who he's referring to, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans up again. So he said, if you would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So don't believe when Christianity tell you that we do not have to keep the commandments no more. Right. He said, even until this day in 2024, right now, we are still commanded to keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right. That's right. That all these curses.
That all these what?
Curses.
So since we did not want to keep the laws, he said all these curses will do what?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Okay, now let's get some curses. Let's see if these curses that he's talking to the Israelites refer to any other nation in the world. Get verse 16.
Bring it out. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
When you think about being cursed in the city, look at where we live in. The blacks, Hispanics, the blacks, we are in the slums and the ghettos. The Hispanics, they right next door in the slums and the ghettos. And the Native Indians, they on reservation just waiting to die. That's it. They are being tormented over there. So we are the ones cursed in the city. The good parts of the neighborhood, we do not see. Why? Because they push us farther and farther away in the slums. When you say the field, guess what? Everybody know about this because they taught us this in school. My sisters, didn't y'all learn about slavery in school? That's what I'm saying. So this is not a lie. This is biblical. You heard this right here. This was our people. They sold beautiful women like this and like y'all. They sold strong-looking men like you on auction blocks. 35, 45 sold to Master Jackson. Sold to Master Williams. That's what happened to our people. That's why God said we are cursed in the field. Okay, now let's get some more curses. Get verse 32.
So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Imagine our beautiful young daughters and our young brothers getting snatched and given to another nation of people. That didn't happen to all nations of people. It only happened to the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans. We was the only ones in fear of our life that we might be taken away from our mothers and fathers. And if they did take us away, we wasn't able to find our way back home. That is a curse that happened to the Israelites though. But why is this so conveniently related to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today? Because you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
And thine eyes shall look and fell with longing for them all the day long.
Every slave movie they invented, they always showed our mothers crying because they snatched the kids away. They sat there and cried. When you look at the Django, Roots, you look at 12 years of slavery. Every slave movie invented, we are getting beat, robbed, raped, and murdered, and they take our kids and they sell them to the other people. And we just sit there and cry all day. That's the Bible. The Bible said these things will happen for our disobedience. Keep reading.
Verse 37. and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword.
He said we will become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword. A proverb is a wise saying. Like how they say, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. They always talking about Hispanics always carry knives and calling us wetbacks and all. Those are proverbs and bywords that they put on our people. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today, you are the Israelites by blood. This is nothing that you have to come join. This is nothing that you have to pay money to
bring it out.
You are an Israelite because God made you that way. That's why he said we are an astonishment. He look at how great our people is, but yet we do dumb things all the time. We don't take care of our children. The men don't want to be men, now they want to be women. The women want to be men. The children are just doing all types of manner of disobedience and evil deeds. That's why when you see our people, we are an astonishment, because it's like how they are amazed to see how great of a nation of people come so low. That's why it's an astonishment. Get verse 43.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. A stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high.
When he was talking in the Bible, he always spoke to us as a nation of people. And everybody else was the heathens, the strangers. He didn't refer to them other than that. So when he said the strangers should get above us very high, he was talking about the other nations. He said the other nation would get above the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans very high, read.
Right. And thou shalt come down very low.
But we will come down very low, read.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
When you think about the bank system, do the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans own the banks?
Right.
When we want a loan to get a house, a car, or we just want a loan, if we just want a piece of education, we have to go to them and ask permission. We have to get a loan. We have to do these type of things. But back in the day, when we was keeping God's law, statutes, commandments, we had everything in our disposal. We didn't have to ask nobody for nothing because we prayed to the Most High God and He gave us everything that we ever could imagine. But things done switched. They changed. Why? Because it's so much confusion in the land. Our people don't even believe in the Bible no more. They don't even believe in God no more. They think it's fairy tale. This book is our nationality, our heritage. This is not a fairy tale book. This book is alive.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
And this right here is living proof that we are the Israelites of the Bible. Read.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
He said we gonna be the head, they gonna be the head, and we gonna be the tail. Then when you think about us as a nation of people, we get the ass end of the stick, don't we? We always get the ass end. They make sure they get all the other people the good stuff, but we get the bull crap. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to eating all the unclean foods like chitlins and all the pork and the catfish. Those were that crab, shrimp, lobster. Those are bottom feeders. They took all the good food out of the waters, off the land. Then they gave us the scraps. That's what he means by they will be the head and we will be the tail. That's why this is so important. I'm so glad that you guys gave us an opportunity to explain these things, because this is important to you guys. You are the most beautiful people ever created in the world. I can tell you got wisdom. I can tell when we can do the scientific method and do a poll. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women are some of the smartest beings in the world. They already looked it up and can tell. But the thing is, they want to destroy your minds by telling you you don't need God. They want to destroy your minds by telling you that single parent households is okay. Long as you get government assistance, long as you do this and do that. No, the Bible made us to be a couple, a unit, a stronghold against the nation, because they can't stop us when we gather ourselves together. We are a nation that's not desired. So definitely Zephaniah 2 and verse 1 tell us that we must come together as the Israelites to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Why? Because we are that peculiar people. Get that in 1 Peter. We are that peculiar people. We are the ones that can't nobody understand how do they do this, how do they do that. They don't need to know. Why? Because they'll never be able to know. We are the best thing ever created in the world. And every other nations know that. That's why we got to come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments and inherit and get our inheritance back. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. And ye are a chosen generation.
He said we are a chosen generation. He didn't choose everybody, but he chose the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today. Read.
A royal priesthood.
He said we are a royal priesthood. We are royalty. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that's walking around today, you are royalty. There's no one better than you. Read.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation.
Say a holy nation, read.
A peculiar people.
A peculiar. Can't nobody understand us, read.
That ye should show forth the praise of him whom hath called you out of darkness.
Say that's why we got to give praise to him that called us out of sin, out of the midst of our iniquities. Get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 19 and verse 6. We are that ones that was called out of darkness. Because right now, when you think about the things that we do, when you look at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you see nothing but destruction amongst our people. You see killing, you see drug dealing, you see all this on live TV. But don't nobody say nothing about that. But then you want to have somebody saying this or saying that, and then they want to try to stop public announcements that can really build the nation of people. But this, they don't know. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 19 verse 6. Read what you got.
Book of Revelation.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 19 verse 6.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 19 verse 6. For the whole creature is his proper kind.
He said the whole creature is his proper kind. Everything is made for a reason. Read.
Was fashioned again anew, serving the peculiar commandments.
He said we were serving our peculiar commandments. Even the commandments that he gave us is special. Meaning, what's wrong with thou shalt not kill? What's wrong with thou shalt not steal? What's wrong with the man standing up for what's right and taking care of the family?
Bring it out.
What's wrong with marriage? Our women should not be just a lay down stick. They should not be a bed wench. You have sex with the woman, you're supposed to lay down and marry her. You're supposed to take care of your family, take care of your children. It don't supposed to be no single parent household. That was created by the other nation of people, not us. We always took care of our families. We always stood on what's right. The Bible even asks you that. Give me Psalms 96. The Bible asks you who gonna stand up for the evildoers, who gonna stand up against the persons and the workers of iniquity. We have to do these things. What's wrong with telling our young brothers and sisters to stop selling dope, defiling their temple? What's wrong with that? It's nothing wrong with that. It's only going to make us a better nation of people. It's only going to give us a true opportunity to the kingdom of heaven. Read what you got.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16.
This is a question for all you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans out here today. Read.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
He's saying, who going to do these things? Who going to have enough sense to say, look, young man, that is not right. Put the guns down. You're too young to be disrespecting your parents like that. Hey, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't abuse your sister like that. We the only nation of people that got buzzy babies, thoughts, hoes. We the only people that do that. We the only people that degrade the very women that help us succeed in life. Why? Why? What's wrong with being a man and standing up for what God likes? Read it again.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
He want to know who gonna rise up for me. He's asking who gonna stand up for the laws, statutes, commandments that I placed in the Bible. Because everybody I asked out here, you believe in God? They say yes. You believe in God? They say yes. I love God. You get so many answers, but then when I ask them, why do you not do what God tells you?
Make it plain.
Right. It's all types of excuses. There's no excuse on why you should not do what God asked you to do. That's our whole purpose in life. The whole duty of man. Give me that. The whole duty of us being on this earth is to serve the Most High God. And enjoy the promises and the glory that He gave us. That's it. But see, we want to do our own thing. We want to go out and celebrate all the paganism holidays. No, but when I ask what's a holiday in the Bible, they don't know. My people don't know about the Feast of Dedication. My people don't know about the Feast of Pentecost. My people don't know about the Lord's Tabernacle or the Lord's Passover. But we out here on Cinco de Mayo Day, a day when the conquistadors conquered our people and destroyed us as a nation. Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Even when we go through all these scriptures and bring thus said the Lord out, He say this is the conclusion of the whole matter. This is your duty. Read.
Fear God.
He say fear God. That's the problem. A lot of our people don't fear God no more. They think it's fairy tale. You know, you got people like Drake saying, YOLO, you only live once. That's a lie. It's life after death. It's life after death. You better understand according to the scriptures. Read.
And keep His commandments.
Do what?
And keep His commandments.
You have to keep His commandments.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.